take you anywhere. Turn the pages and you'll be there. Come on, join us, you'll see. We're reading with Carylee.
Hi, friends. Thank you for joining me for another Read with Carylee. Happy New Year! I feel like I should have some streamers or something. But I'm so glad that you are joining us for a brand new year, 2022. And I have a wonderful author to bring to you today. But before I do, remember to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single thing or another author that may be coming your way. So today I'm excited to have author Ashley Burton Lockley, the author of Arden Learns the Right Lessons. Now, another reason why I'm so glad to have Miss Ashley on and her book is that my son's name is Arden, and he just had a birthday. So happy birthday, baby. I hope you love this story, and I hope you learn the right lessons. So, Miss Ashley, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much for having me here.
Yes, absolutely. And could you let us know where you're reading to us from on this New Year's Day?
Sure, I am in my home in Prince George's County, Maryland, right outside of Washington, D.C.
Oh, yay. Yes, so you're just right up north from me. And I really want to get into the story because, of course, my son's name is Arden and he's going to be listening attentively. So why don't you just get into the story and take it away for us?
Absolutely. I am honored to read my first children's book that I have published. As Ms. Carylee said, the title of this book is Arden Learns the Right Lesson. And the title tells us what the story is about. I am the author. I'm the person who wrote the words in this book. And our illustrator, the person who drew the pictures, is a person by the name of Michaela A. So let's get started. Arden is a happy little girl who is preparing for her first day of school. She is excited to learn new things and to make new friends. I wonder how you felt when you started school. Were you excited? Did you make new friends? I sure hope so. I know we're in the middle of the school year now, but you can still make new friends. As Arden and her parents arrive at her new school, Arden's stomach starts to hurt a little bit. Oh man, she doesn't know why, but she grabs her parents' hands and walks into the school building. I wonder what's causing Arden's stomach to hurt. Sounds like she's having some difficulties here. Once Arden is in her new classroom, her new teacher, Mrs. Lester, greets her with a big smile and an extended hand. I wonder if someone extends their hand to you. What are they trying to do? Probably give you a handshake, huh? Well, in COVID-19 times, we may have to do another greeting, but this was written a little bit before COVID-19 started. So Arden shrinks back behind her mother's legs. What's wrong, my Arden? Her mother asks with concern. Arden looks up at her mother's comforting face, and then she looks at Mrs. Lester. Arden, this is your new teacher, Mrs. Lester. She will make sure that you are safe and that you are learning lots of new and fun things, states Arden's father. Arden moves hesitantly back from behind her mother's legs and looks up at Mrs. Lester. What do you think Arden's thinking right now? She's probably feeling a lot of different things, right? I'm Arden, she begins. Ah, hello, Arden. It's so nice to meet you. Would you like to see more of the classroom and meet some other friends? Her teacher asked. Sure, Arden replies. Mrs. Lester shows her around the classroom, and Arden becomes comfortable with her new classroom and her classmates. One day, Mrs. Lester asks the class a question, and Arden raises her hand to share her answer. Mrs. Lester calls on Arden. Not quite the answer I'm looking for, Arden, but you are very close. Let's think about it some more, says Mrs. Lester. Arden drops her head in shame. That means Arden felt really bad. She feels horrible because she did not know the right answer to Mrs. Lester's question, and now she thinks that she isn't smart anymore. So Arden sits quietly for the rest of the school day. Have you ever had a moment like Arden where you just didn't feel smart? You didn't feel like you were giving it your best? I have plenty of times, and I still do. The next morning, Arden is laying in her bed as her mother walks into her bedroom. Good morning, Arden, she says. Are you feeling okay? Mommy, I don't think I want to go to school today, Arden says. Oh, Arden's mother responds. Is there a reason why you don't want to go to school? She asks. Arden looks down and nervously plays with her fingers. I don't want to go to school because I don't know the right answers, Arden explains. Oh, my Arden, it's okay for you not to know the right answer and to make mistakes. That is how we learn, Arden's mother responds. Arden looks up at her mother and says, no, it's not. You have to listen. And when you are asked a question, you have to know the answer. That's how Mrs. Lester knows that you are listening. Arden's mother takes her by the hand and replies, Arden, everyone makes mistakes. All of us. Arden's eyes open wide in amazement after hearing this. Did you know that everyone makes mistakes? It took me a while to learn that. There are going to be times when you do not know the answer to a question or when your brain needs help thinking of other possibilities, her mother explains. Learning is not just about you listening and being able to repeat what you hear. Learning is about your brain being able to come up with great things on its own. Your brain learns how to do that, not just through making mistakes, but through trying again after you've made mistakes. Let me show you something. Arden's mother takes her into a special art room. She pulls out a box with some older notebooks inside. This here was my first journal when all I wanted to do was draw. I would look at different things in nature and try to draw what I saw. This was supposed to be a picture of a horse. I know that because I attempted to spell horse here at the bottom, Arden's mother explains. But mommy, that doesn't look like a horse at all. Arden chuckles, quite amused at her mother's illustration. She thought her mom's illustration or picture was funny. I know, it doesn't look like much of anything, right? She asked. Some might say it was a mistake, but that's all I could do at that point, she continues. Now look at this one, Arden's mother says as she points to a painting of a horse on the wall. You drew that, Mommy? Arden asked. I painted that, yes, her mother responds. Well, it looks much better than this one here, Arden says heartily. The two laugh out loud together. I know. I had to keep practicing so that I could build my ability to this point, her mother says. I was really sad yesterday because I didn't know the answer to something. I didn't think I was smart anymore, Arden admits. Arden, It is natural to feel that way, but remember that how you feel in that moment doesn't mean that you can't learn and grow or that you're not smart, her mother says as she holds Arden's face in both of her hands. It means that your brain needs more time to think and that you need help from someone else. When you feel yourself getting frustrated or when you want to give up on finding the answers to something, I want you to stop and take 3 deep breaths, her mother says. Arden and her mother practice taking deep breaths and then silently count to 5, using their fingers to help them focus. Arden feels better and rushes to prepare for school. I wonder if you've ever used deep breathing when you felt frustrated. Have you stopped and taken deep breaths? Do you know how to do that? If not, we can get someone to show you. I may be able to show you quickly. Arden arrives at her classroom, greets her teachers and classmates, and sits on her space on the carpet. After morning meeting, Mrs. Lester reviews the lesson from the previous day and asks the same question that Arden had answered incorrectly. What do you think is going to happen now? Arden starts to feel a little nervous. However, she remembers what her mother said. She takes a few deep breaths and silently counts to 5. Immediately, she feels more relaxed. When Mrs. Lester asks Arden if she wants to share her answer with the class, Arden feels confident. That means she believes she can do it and says the answer that her brain came up with. Mrs. Lester smiles. Great job using your brain, Arden, she says. Arden smiles glowingly. Maybe she could do this learning thing after all. The
With Carylee.
That is such a wonderful story, about helping kids be able to, helping our friends be able to, just calm down and ease their anxiety. And I know they don't always get the right answers the first time, but if they just take a breath and remember, they can learn the right lessons. And I know my Arden is at that phase where he's in that as well, and he's learning similar lessons. So what was your inspiration behind this book?
My inspiration is my niece, whose name is Arden. She's my oldest niece, and she's 7 now. And we have had such similar kind of personality. I see a lot of myself in her as she is right now. And so when I wrote this book, I was not married yet, but I decided that I wanted to get into writing children's book because I used to be a preschool educator as well.
Okay.
So I've always wanted to kind of dip my toe into authoring books so that particularly children of color are able to see more characters that look like them, and have books that speak to their experiences, a varied kind of experience that our students have to deal with nowadays.
Okay, so now that you've tipped your toe into the pool of authoring, are we going to get more books from you soon?
That is the plan. That is the plan.
Well, we hope that you keep to that plan, and we hope that we'll be able to have you come back soon.
Absolutely.
So, with all of the books that, we've seen over the years, what book or books may have inspired you to become an author or, to become a preschool teacher, as you said you were? What books inspired you when you were younger?
I have one book in particular. I was an avid reader growing up, and I loved the American Girl collection. I don't have the book
Oh,
because I'm still unpacking from a move.
okay.
But I have a picture.
Oh,
It
yes.
was specifically the Addie Walker doll
Uh-huh.
of the American Girl collection, because at that particular point when I was growing up, Addie was the only African American doll in the collection.
Yeah.
Um, and I had the doll. I still have the doll.
Uh-huh.
I had all of the books, and I just really, I know, the storyline was during slavery, but I really connected with Addie
Yeah.
because she looked like me. Her hair was like mine. And so when even in elementary school, when we had the opportunity to do the write a book competition, which was something that PG County schools did, at least in the 1990s, I don't know if they still do it now. I wanted to write books. So I actually wrote my first book in 6th grade.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, about a little Black girl named Coretta, named
Okay.
after the Scott King. And so I took my inspiration from the historical standpoint because of Addie Walker. So that was
Okay.
yeah.
Well, so you have been writing for quite some time, being able to write, a book and being able to have that guidance and inspiration by your school leaders. And that is definitely something that we want our children nowadays to have. With you being a preschool teacher and an educator, what are some tips that you would give to a child or a student that wants to become an author?
I would say, first of all, I would want the student to not box themselves in. And I know it can be very easy to do that because a lot of times we as adults read what we want students to write and how we want them to think onto them. But one of my favorite projects, and it's a little beat up, but this is a collaborative book
Oh, wow.
with one of my
The best dinosaur in the world. Okay.
So we had things that we did for the school year, and this was the dinosaur theme. And each student picked, as you can see, lovely. And some students could write better than others. But as a teacher, I used it to do differentiated instruction. So if I knew there were certain students that needed more help with, writing this letter, recognizing this letter, I would kind of incorporate that into it. But the students really enjoyed being able to pick a dinosaur.
Yes.
Draw the dinosaur and write whatever they wanted to about the dinosaur, right?
That's awesome.
So I think like sparking creativity and ingenuity in our students, and fostering that belief that they don't have to be encumbered or they don't have to be restricted, right, in their imagination and what they want to write about, that their experiences are valid. I think that is so empowering, and I think that can help foster a love for writing, and also exposing them to reading, like shows like Reading with Carylee. When you're exposed to good literature, it sparks something in you to say, hey, I can write, I can do this. So
yes,
say that.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that you had that, visual aid so that we can see, and for children to get their imagination going and just get that spark, and you never know how far that could take them. So thank you so much. And thank you for this wonderful birthday kind of gift to my son.
Happy birthday, Arden.
Yes, thank you. He is he is 7 today. And I know that he loves to write, he loves to read, and I know he is loving the fact that his name is on a book. And just like we loves seeing, he loves seeing his name on a book. Our children love seeing themselves in books. And that is why, this platform exists, to be able to have diverse books be read and diverse authors come on this platform and read to our friends. So thank you again, Miss Ashley Burton Lockley,
Thank you,
for
Ms.
being
Karen.
with us.
Thank you.
And friends, thank you for joining me for another Read with Carylee. It's so great to spend this new year with you and to celebrate 2022. We have a lot more coming for you for this year, so stay tuned and make sure you check out readwithcarylee.com for all of the exciting things that we have in store. And remember to always grab a book and read. Have a great day.
Carylee.
Hi, Read with Carylee fam. Happy New Year. I am so glad to be with you in 2022. Now, we have so many authors that are still coming to Read with Carylee to be able to showcase their works. And Read with Carylee is dedicated to bringing you diverse authors and diverse literature for our children with diverse picture books. So, please be sure to continue to support Read with Carylee. I thank you so much for your support through 2020 and 2021. This has been a real roller coaster for us, but we have so much more in store for you. And from my home to yours, thank you so much for your support. We have so much more coming for 2022. Be sure to check out my website, Read with Carylee, and I'll have so much more for you. So Happy New Year, and here's to an exciting 2022. Thanks for watching another amazing episode of the Read with Carylee Show. We have amazing authors coming by every week. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. You don't want to miss a thing.